Milk handling can be really confusing, especially if you're just getting into goats. There are so many different things people can throw at you and so many different things you can read. So in this video, I'm just going to break down standard things people do, why we do them, and if they're really necessary or not. Okay, so the first thing you've got to think about is what kind of pail you're milking into. This is kind of straightforward. The best kind of pail you can milk into is stainless steel. If you use anything else like copper or similar, it can flavor the milk. But stainless steel is tried and true. It won't flavor your milk. It's good quality. It'll last. So basically, stainless steel pail. You can also milk into glass jars, and I have done that before, but you kind of have to aim, and it's really annoying, and pails are just easier. But in a pinch, glass jars are fine. Next, you have to think about teat dip. Teat dip is a disinfectant you put on the udder before you milk, just to disinfect, make sure nothing bad gets in your milk. You can buy pre-made teat dips. I make my own out of half white vinegar, half water. Any vinegar will do. Teat dip is usually applied using a teat dip cup. It's basically a little container that you squeeze and some of the liquid goes up into the top and then you dip it. You can also use like a small cup or something. That's not quite as easy. The next thing in the lineup is strip cups. And I have a whole video devoted to strip cups and why I don't use them. Check out the link below. But strip cups are basically just little cups with a wire mesh on top, and you're supposed to squirt the first few squirts of milk into the wire mesh, and it'll tell you whether your dough has stringy milk, clumpy milk, anything off with the milk, blood clots, anything like that, and help you know if you should like check the dough for mastitis or something. I don't really think they're necessary. I mean, you're gonna be milking the dough out anyway, so especially if you only have one dough, they're really kind of unnecessary. They can be used if you're milking multiple doughs into the same pail and you don't want to realize you've milked bad milk into your good milk. But especially if you're just starting out, chances are you don't need one. Next big thing is chilling your milk. Basically, the faster you chill your milk, the better. As soon as the milk comes out of the udder, bacteria starts to grow in it, and the longer it's left out, the more bacteria will grow and the worse it'll taste. And while the science sounds good, and there are tons of things you can do, but I kind of question whether it's necessary. I've never like actually encountered anyone that has had to rush through it to get good tasting milk. Basically, if you milk and you don't like let it sit out for hours, if you just like milk and then filter it and then put it in the refrigerator, you're gonna be fine. And I mean, a lot of times I don't even do it that fast. I usually milk and then set my pail on top of my hay feeder and then go let my kids out, and then I come back and feed the does. And then I take my milk inside, and then I strain it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. And I've still never had bad tasting milk. So, I mean, if your milk does taste bad, you can try chilling it faster. There's kind of a lot of hype around it, and there's not actually that much there. The next part of milk handling is filtering your milk. This is a very necessary step. This just gets out hair, dirt, hay, whatever's fallen in the pail over milking. If you're milking by machine, it's probably not necessary because the milk is just going from our teat into the container. But there are sometimes little clots in the udder and stuff, so it doesn't hurt to filter no matter what. There are just standard milk filters you can buy. You can buy them at any goat supply store, online, Amazon. Probably get them in person somewhere, but I usually just order them from Jeffers. I have tried using coffee filters, but coffee filters are much finer and I had to wait forever, and when you're trying to filter multiple gallons of milk, that's just not very fun. So there is a lot of nitty-gritty when it comes to handling milk, but to be honest, don't sweat it. It's a lot easier than it sounds.